Taco night.
You might want to search the area for more anomalies.
Why must we always do this dance?
Savior and his breath is coming a long time.
If you want to beat me, you better shape up.
I am with you, my friends.
I don't run away from nothing.
This is getting boring. Can we kill them now?
X-Men never learn.
That's right, you better run. I'm gonna crush you.
The Juggernaut's inertia is impossible to diminish.
He's gonna bring down the whole flippin' mansion. Clean up an Ilex.
I will destroy you!
Oh, so now Deadpool is inspired to join our cause. How heroic.
Guess we're ordering out tonight. Who wants pizza?
That was ugly. And I would know. I left the stove on.
Vibranium slash.
Come, you dumb friends. Now I can stomp all of you.
Party time!
Had this much fun in ages. Walls down here are reinforced. Just ricochet right off. I'd like to see it try to stop me.
Use one more fist.
Your mind is mine!
Quick, this way!
Nowhere left to run, punks!
You think you cannot be stopped, Tovarish? Allow me to prove you wrong.
Training sequence initiated. Level Alpha.
Be careful. These training programs may be holographic, but they can still hurt us.
Don't call it the danger room for nothing.
This prey is barely worth it.
Level Alpha cleared. Initiating level Beta.
Give me
Save some
strength!
for
I
me,
am with you,
bub.
my brothers. Guide my hand. Vibranium slash.
Level Beta cleared. Initiating level Gamma.
You think this is intense? Hey, Mystique, switch it over to the file marked Deadpool's Danger Room Dream Date.
What is it, my friend?
Level Gamma cleared. Initiating level Delta. Critical error. Power levels beyond maximum threshold. Abort training sequence. Abort. Abort. Abort.
Over. Yet my blade still hungers.
Not bad, kid. Not bad at all.
Okay, let's go.
Lucky you control metal, because that's the only thing keeping my claws off you.
It's not too late to join me, X-Men.
Come on, Magneto! I'm not even technically an X-Man!
Save some for me, bub.
Cutting in!
You cannot stop evolution. This power is exactly what I've been seeking. I shall build a new world in the name of Homo Superior.
Slaughter them, Outriders!
Whoa. Where do these things come from?
The stones will be ours before the rest of the Black Order even arrives!
Wakanda!
Our master will be most pleased. insolent whelps! I shall eviscerate you all in her honor!
Good news, Corby. For once, I'm not the ugliest guy in the battle.
The only master you shall bow before today is the master of magnetism.
Power like this before.
He ain't gonna let up. You made enough raise like that power enough. Trust me, I know.
Probably need a party to get the unlockables from beating this scripted fight. The AI is too stupid. They run straight into attacks. I can't believe how bad the AI is in this game. Like, come on. What if I don't want to play with somebody else? Like, give me the option to actually play and have fun and not have stupid AI all the time. He was almost dead too. If I hadn't gotten hit by that damn annoying projectile spam, I would have killed him.
Once you have fought...
First, give you a minute.
All you unlock is just some art for it anyway. It doesn't even really matter. I'm just gonna let him kill me.
She's back. How the heck can we fight them both?
It's that Demon Fang type thing he does that's so freaking obnoxious. He keeps spamming it over and over. And once you get hit by it once, you can't get out. It has too much hit stun. They don't get staggered either. What's wrong with the mic? Is it too loud or something?
Keeping the stones out of their hands is
Hold on.
priority right now.
This way.
Should be better now.
So clouded with hate. If they catch us, we don't stand a chance.
We shall bring Thanos the stones and your heads.
The thrill is in the hunt, my love. Run all you wish. There is nowhere on this planet that is safe.
What are you waiting for? Go already and leave the alien freaks to me.
Even with this...
Alright, is it better now? I lowered my volume. Should be good now. And I think when I get paid, I'm just gonna get another mic. This one's too much trouble.
Our team in the lab just figured out how to upgrade your ISO 8. Better stop in.
Mindless ones. Their only instincts are to defend this dimension and to conquer others.
Hey, I landed the role of mindless one on this team fair and square. No way I'm letting those dudes steal my deal.
got to stop these beasties before they overflow into our reality.
I've done pretty much everything I can on this playthrough. I finished pretty much all the trials, so I'm like at the level that's required for the third playthrough. But there's still going to be some problem spots. I'm sure those damn sniper guys, the sniper mooks, are probably going to one-shot me. They're more annoying. They're harder than like anything else in the game. Sniper mooks have like reverse stormtrooper accuracy. None of this stuff is any good. Nothing good at all. I guess I have to get to the next tier before I start getting anything good anymore. I already got all the good stuff on this playthrough.
Some action. Lost, right?
That wasn't even worth writing about in my journal.
A little more training and you might have a chance.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Start again?
With me, for me.
More training and you might have a chance.
Take pride in what you've done. I really thought that would be more exciting.
Vibranium trash. Vibranium trash. Wish you had my healing factor right now.
When does the fight start again?
A small taste of my wrath.
That was not that bad.
Always prevails over matter.
You fought like a true warrior.
I am with you, my
Cutting in!
Yeah, I already finished the game once. I would have been on the final difficulty, but I had to do a lot of prep time first. Here you don't get anything for finishing the final difficulty, so I'm not even sure how far I will take that, honestly. I mean, this is a Koei game, and they always add, like, endgame stuff later on. And I did buy the DLC, and that's supposed to have, like, new modes and stuff. But I would like to optimize my current team before I wait for the DLC. The DLC is not for, like, it's not for, like, 2 months either. Next month is Cyclops and Colossus, who are basically, unique NPCs. I do. Also, the gear is not particularly interesting. I think that's what I dislike about this game the most. Like the combat's fun for what it is. It's not revolutionary. It's definitely better games to play if you want like really refined combat. But for a game like this, like an action RPG with loot, like it's actually very skill based, which I think is pretty unique because a lot of games like this, there's no skill involved whatsoever. Either like just chain heal through things, or you just hold the button down, or you just mash one button over and over, depending on how the combat works. And there's no skill. Well, those games obviously have like much better progression systems than this does, and better gear, but I just can't get into them for very long because there's no skill or like technicality at all. So I think it's cool that you actually have to pay attention to what you're doing in this game. You can't just mash buttons. You need good team composition and stuff, but at the same time, the loot is very unsatisfying, and they desperately need to improve it. There's nothing like set items or like uniques for like the certain character or something. That's what this game's really missing. It is fun to make builds and stuff, but the affixes that are on the gear, most of them aren't very interesting.
Another rift. It's as if the fabric between dimensional planes is beginning to shred. Can't let the mindless ones cross to the other side. The artifact is releasing powerful arcane energy. Could it have something to do with the rifts? The magic from this artifact is somehow powering the rift. Maybe destroying it will close the crack and keep the darkness from seeping into other dimensions. Magical signature of each artifact seems to correspond with a similarly colored rift. These relics come in so many colors, yet not one goes with the outfit. Pity that. This rift is different. Stronger. I can feel it. Just beyond the point where smashing some trinkets will seal it. I will have to handle this one myself.
Hope you heroes don't mind some help.
I am with you, my brother. Use one more fist.
The spirit of vengeance never rests. should consume you. Focus your strength against me. Those who trespass here never leave this realm again. The doctor is out, but Dormammu will answer your call. I've waited so long to make you mine, Strange. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Save some for me,
bub. Sorcerer Supreme pales when compared to the dread Dormammu. Your allies will die by your own hands. This is but a small taste of Dormammu's mystic might. Strange tries to kill you, yet you still fight to save him. Such fascinating creature. Your soul will be mine. So swears Dormammu.
We'll need to make our way to Dormammu's lair. Pick up a little something extra along the way. Dormammu's toying with the Reality Stone's power. He's altering the fundamental properties of this dimension, right down to our perception of it. Dormammu has imbued these mindless ones with his own essence. They won't be nearly as easy to defeat. Right.
Save some for me, one more fist?
Dormammu is immune to the magic born in this dimension. But the Reality Stone has created an anomaly. Dark crystals that we can use to absorb and reflect Dormammu's energy. If we can find them. These are the crystals I spoke of. I can sense that you carry similar ones already. We should be able to use these to erect a mystical shield. Block their attack and absorb the energy. The crystals are fused into the Mindless One's stone forms. Perhaps we can remove them, but not without a fight. Strike. The crystals are more fragile than I expected, but there should be more as we traverse closer to Dormammu and the stone.
All of these winding paths and warp holes are giving me a bloody migraine.
I should have stayed in hell. You made it.
Why does carrying something make every video game character walk at like 20% of the speed? Like, what do they do when they like carry groceries across the street? Like, how do they survive? Like, every video game is the same thing. Like, put it in hammer space or something. I get tired of this part. I wish it was just linear, not finding all this dumb shit. Boring. Especially since you walk so damn slow. Why can't it just be linear? Run to the right and blow shit up. What's wrong with that? Why do I have to do this boring puzzle? Go faster, please. It's like they pick up a penny off the ground and suddenly they go like 10% of their normal running speed. Every game. Oh wow, an A purple. I actually want to check to see if we got any good shit from doing this. Actually, I think some of the good ones are in B. Let's see if I got any experienced ones. That's the main reason I'm doing this. I'm not going to be able to like fully maximize anybody until I get all the experience modifiers. It takes way too damn long to level anybody up in this game, which is kind of weird until you start like breaking the game. Nah, these are all trash. I wish I could remove this affix from the game, because you're never going to run out of money. It's basically impossible to run out of money once you get towards the end of the game. Like, this is This is like 60-70% through the game. Once you get to that point, you're never going to run out of money because it requires materials to enhance the gear. And you'll always run out of materials before you run out of money. The same thing with the passive tree. You'll always run out of the alliance points before you run out of money, so I can't fathom why you would ever want to invest in needing more money. There's too many other currencies that prevent you from just spending the money right away. Nah, I think I just got a bunch of hot trash. None of this stuff's any good. It's basically just fodder. There is like a cheat engine for Switch. There's some person that has like every character at level 100 like 2 days after the game came out, which obviously means that they cheated. But I think you need a jailbroken Switch to do that, and I don't want to do anything like that. I generally only use cheat engine when I've done like literally everything in the game. Like, sometimes that means, like, almost never means all the achievements because I'm not an achievement hunter, but normally, like, if I've exhausted all the content and there's, like, a cool cheat engine mod to change how the game is played and not just stupid stuff like making yourself invincible, I'll mess around with that stuff. I did that with, like, Dynasty Warriors 9, Tales of Berseria, and most recently Bloodstained. I messed around with the mods with those because I did every facet of content, but I generally don't cheat on games at all, unless it's a situation like that. It's mostly just garbage. We'll figure it out later. Having a jailbroken Switch seems kind of stupid anyway. I mean, there's like so much that requires you to be online, even if the friend system is really bad. Like, you still need it to like download anything. The only way I could ever see something like that being worth it is if you had two of them. You had one that was legit, and then you had the other one for like emulators and stuff. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. Vita was very much the same way. There's like so many digital-only games. This jailbroken Switch for like emulators and stuff would be pretty damn awesome, though. You wouldn't have the problem that the Vita. I have a jailbroken Vita, but the problem with that thing is that it doesn't have native micro SD support. So you either have to buy one of the expensive memory cards, which are actually prone to failure, or you have to get one of the homebrew ones. The camera's ass in this level. This level's too damn long. Just die, please. No, they're going to be supporting this game for a long time. A lot of the complaints people have are very warranted. The AI is very bad. The game's a lot easier if you play with an actual person. Even if they're like not good at the game, they'll still be, assuming they're at least smart enough to dodge like a giant AoE indicator, which the AI cannot do. Even your friend who's like really bad at video games can probably perform better than that. They do take less damage than a player, but it's not enough. I like this game. It's just got a lot of really glaring flaws, and they're already talking about like patches for free DLC and stuff, so it's not like it won't get fixed later on. I know Walmart has it. Walmart is like doing some new thing where they have like every modern game is it's only It's only 50 bucks, which I think is pretty bonkers. I bought Mario Maker 2. I wasn't even particularly interested in that game, but I was over there for groceries and stuff, and I saw that they had the game for 50 bucks. So that's probably the best way to get it. They're selling it for the cheapest. I think 50 bucks for this game is pretty solid, especially if you have like an actual human to play it with. It's a very fun couch co-op game. There's not too much stuff like this. It's very boring and slow paced. For the most part, the pacing is actually very good. This level is just boring though. All the waiting and puzzles and boring shit instead of just fighting. Too long. Plus the camera is terrible too. I hate the camera on these like fixed camera areas. I just want to get out of here as soon as possible, but this level just never ends. Keeps going and going and going. I think there's only like a couple more puzzles left and this damn level's finally over. That's okay, because after this is the snipers. The snipers are probably going to be a massive roadblock.
Dormammu's toying with the reality stone's power. He's altering the fundamental properties of this dimension, right down to our perception.
Nah, the pacing is just bad in this level. Otherwise, it actually flows pretty well. Like every modern game has to have boring puzzles, even if it's like just a beat 'em up or something. I'll never understand why they put that shit in games. I applauded DMC5 as much as I had a lot of problems with that game too. Being forced to play as a game journalist summoner character instead of the characters I want. That game did a good job of not having any... That game had a good job of not having any stupid shit like boring puzzles and stuff that just break up the pacing and make the game really annoying to play multiple times. That's what I really enjoyed about that game. I think they really listened to the feedback as much as they could anyway. Well, DMC4 for the longest time has just been a bloody palace and training mode game. No one plays through the campaign because that game has a pretty terrible campaign and it hasn't really gotten any better with age. But the problem with DMC5 is they force you to play as boring-ass V, which is almost just as bad, if not worse. But everything else was a pretty big improvement in replay value. I put up like a mini review yesterday. You can go watch that if you want. I'll get you the link in a second. Hold on.
Certainly unusual. Anyone know what that was all about?
All that matters is that he is gone, and we have his crystals, and that Dormammu lies ahead.
Dormammu's lair is near. Focus the energy from the crystals to destroy his enchanted barrier. We can't delay. Dormammu's shield must be broken. We can absorb their attacks with the crystals and redirect the energy.
Yeah, why don't you do it, dude? You're not doing shit. I hate these stupid freaking puzzles. It's so obnoxious having to keep doing this over and over. Oh, of course it actually went through the side instead of actually hitting the barrier. Brilliant. Yeah, you haven't done shit. Why aren't you down here helping? You can carry it at like 20% of your normal walking speed. Make yourself useful. This is so stupid. There's never anything wrong with just freaking beating shit up. You don't need puzzles. I have to do another one.
Just a bit more.
Yeah, that's a pretty glaring flaw too. The best loot is like completely randomized. And you can't like... Probably like impossible to get a good roll. And there's a lot of useless stuff too. Like, I think pretty much anything that makes it so that you need to be at a low HP to get a fixed bonus is basically pointless. I don't really see the purpose of it. You could die really quickly in this game. And there's like no healing mechanic at all aside from a couple characters and the health pickups. So I don't really see why you would want to be at 25% HP. And there's so much of that stuff. If I could fix one thing, two things with the this game is to like have more interesting affixes and then actually let you control them. That would go a long way. What the hell? It just like went straight through. This is so dumb, man. Why won't anyone just make a straight beat 'em up with no puzzles? I mean, been making these games for like 30 years now. I have to understand no one likes doing this shit. No one likes gimmicks and just boring stuff where you can't just play and have fun. You have to do exactly what the game wants. Boring. It won't spawn the damn stones or whatever. Who the hell designed this level and thought this was fun? Just die. Pick up the damn thing, idiots. Everything makes it freaking toss it over. Thank God, finally. I think it's actually spawning more enemies on this difficulty. I don't remember it being that difficult the first time.
Accustomed to chaos, but this realm makes even my head spin.
You know, I'm suddenly kind of glad I didn't have those tacos after all. Because I'd probably be spewing them back into my mask about now.
Yeah, the puzzles in this game seem like they're just there to piss you off. They don't really provide any variety. And they're not even like a break from the action. A lot of times you have to do them while you're fighting, which just makes them even more frustrating. Normally, like, annoying puzzles in, like, action games like this is usually, like, in an isolated area where you can't be interrupted by combat. But in this game, it's like, you have to, like, directly be in the middle of fighting while you do it. I hate this shit. Can I just kill him normally? And spawning so many more enemies, that's what the problem is. Yeah, puzzles should be banned from action games. Seriously, they're never fun. They're just there to take you away from what you're supposed to be doing, which is fighting. In this game, they're just particularly stressful because they're always, like, in the middle of combat. You know, as bad as, like, the DMC4 puzzles where they're never something you had to do, like, in the middle of fighting. Which is what made them mostly tolerable. At least the first time. It was just doing it multiple times was what made that game a real pain to play multiple times.
Impressive, but not nearly enough to defeat me.
We're not doing any damage. Use the crystals to absorb his beams and create an opening for attack.
I hate this stupid puzzle. Why can't I just attack him normally, like everything else? Fuck puzzles. I'm gonna wipe because of the stupid ass puzzle. I can't just hit him. Such a fucking pain in the ass. I hate this level. It's just a stupid giant gimmick. There's like no actual gameplay. You have to pick up the stupid things that make you go at like 20% speed. You can't defend yourself from anything. You can't dodge. And the AI is too fucking stupid to actually dodge anything. That's what makes this so annoying. They put all these obnoxious puzzles in the game and they don't program AI that can actually handle it. Why don't they sell DLC, like no puzzles or AI that actually fucking works, instead of just standing there? I have to handle all the gimmicks myself because the AI doesn't help. Every single thing makes you drop the stupid rock too, for no reason. I don't understand why. Why does like being tapped on the shoulder make you drop the stupid rock? What reason is there for that? It's just to make it annoying. Just die already. I wish this game was shorter. That would be... I wish it was like half the length. It would be a lot more replayable. And if this level was just not in the game at all.
One more fist?
Yeah, why don't you help, dumbass? You're not doing anything. Stop barking orders. Why can't the NPC, like, do this or something? That would be kind of fun, actually. Just, like, trying to manage the waves of enemies instead of the player having to do everything. Because the AI is too stupid to actually help. Of course, carrying it around that whole time, nothing manages to hit me. What the hell? I threw it straight at it and somehow it just doesn't work. This is like the only boss that's been difficult. Everything else has been pretty easy because I have my character's leveled up and optimized really well, but that doesn't help here. Because the whole thing is just a stupid gimmick instead of an actual boss fight. What the hell happened to the rock? It's just like disappeared. What the hell? Like, just being like, a fly goes on their shoulder and they drop the damn thing. Why? They all have like butterfingers or something. You get like touched slightly and it falls and you have to start the whole gimmick over again. Everything else in this game is just run to the end and kill stuff. Why do they have to deviate from that? Never a good idea. Please get stunned. Do this garbage anymore.
I tire of these games. You shall learn that Dormammu is always the victor, no matter the reality.
I'm gonna have to do another cycle. He won't fucking die. Black Panther died from nothing. AI can't even take like a basic peon. It's like playing a PS2 Dynasty Warriors game. What the hell, man? It's like it's supposed to protect me from projectile attacks, but then sometimes it just doesn't work. Come on, drop the stupid rock so I can finish this crap. Before the AI gets me killed for being too stupid to dodge an attack.
Save some for me, bub.
Oh, God. That was awful. They actually spawn more enemies on this difficulty, and they're higher rank. So that means you get not only a higher enemy count, but you get the ones that have the armor, the stagger bar too. So I had no problems with that the first time, but I think it's just like the additional enemies is what made that harder than it was supposed to. Pretty clear they didn't think that through. That would have been probably actually kind of fun with humans, but it's an exercise in frustration with the AI because they really don't offer much help at all. When you have humans, you can have one person carry the rock, and the other people can keep the monsters off them. But when you play solo, you don't have that luxury. you have to do like the whole like gimmick by yourself.
For the sake of my...
Has all of Adelon gone mad?
You know, I think the reason why they put puzzles in games like this is because there are idiot reviewers who don't like action games or don't understand what makes them fun, and they say that the game is boring and repetitive because it doesn't have puzzles. It's just been like...
Hurry. We must deliver him to the
been going on for ages, like literally decades. Anytime there's a game like this where there's like the primary focus is on the combat. And I think they honestly just do it to try to deter those people from giving bad reviews. It's like their reviews don't matter anyway. They don't like playing these kinds of games, so why the hell should I care what they think? People who actually do enjoy these games don't like the puzzles and never have. And even if they do, it's usually only stuff like DMC where you're almost never forced to do a puzzle mid-combat, which is just incredibly stressful. Especially in a game like this where there's more, you know, AI involved, AI that can't really do their part. Like the infamous God Hand review, that guy obviously did not like beat-em-ups. Like, God Hand is not a 3.5 game or whatever he rated it. I definitely don't think it's a perfect game. The frame rate and the lack of crowd control really hold it back, but even then, it's not it's not a 3.8 game.
The Inhumans are the closest thing to a family I have now. I'm not a fighter, but I guess this is my battle.
This isn't the first time Maximus has tried to claim the throne from his brother. Not even close. The guy's a brilliant inventor, but he's never been quite right in the head. Still, not or not, he is family. We refuse to give up on him, even if he refuses to change his ways.
That's also part of the reason why companies actually interact with their fans now when they didn't before. It's for that exact reason. They know that game journalism is kind of a joke right now. And they get people that like button mash through easy, or they don't even finish the game, or they don't like the genre of the game that they're reviewing, and it just gives them the games a bad rap. Whereas they can give a key to somebody like me who's actually passionate about whatever genre the game is, and give a more educated opinion. So it's kind of a good thing. It's like a blessing in disguise that game journalism is as bad as it is now, because companies are actually interacting with people like me. And they don't even have to pay us, which is good for them. All they have to do is give us a digital code, which costs them nothing.
Cutting in.
Use one more fist.
bub.
Is that really all you got? I've gone from man to boy. If you're done, I have a city to rule. Your time on the throne is about to expire.
Over here. I can generate enough amber to protect you. Stay close to me.
Use one more fist.
Some for me, bub.
I like how that was like 10 times easier than the other one because there was no puzzle.
Is it clear now who is
Unfortunately, grinding does not make the doesn't make the AI smarter or make the puzzles any less frustrating. But for the regular non-gimmick fights, they pretty much just go down in a couple seconds.
What can I do?
The way I have them built up right now. Alright, time for the snipers, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of resets here.
This is Winter Soldier.
These are the coordinates Bucky transmitted. So, where is he?
Got an achievement for streaming for 500 hours. That's crazy.
We've got company. AIM must have followed Bucky here.
chance? Think again.
just getting comboed to death. He can't even get up.
You fought with honor.
I'm looking to hit maybe level 70 with some of these characters. I should be able to just jump straight to the next difficulty. I feel like these would be better if they actually procced on bosses, but they don't, so they're kind of useless. I don't really understand what the purpose of them is. I guess on the higher difficulties there's a lot more elites with the stagger bar, so maybe it does have some kind of niche use, but it still seems kind of dumb that it doesn't count on bosses. I spent like forever trying to get it to proc on bosses and it's just nothing.
The time has come.
Oh great, there's snipers here, I just noticed. This is gonna be a nightmare.
That was completely mental. This should be over swiftly.
I'll admit, I kinda enjoyed that.
Finally, some action.
I hate this so much. Go through. Have like barely any time left. No, are you serious? I still have to do this stupid puzzle? Are you kidding me? Why? What a troll, man. They know no one likes this shit. They force you to do it anyway.
Finally, some action.
You've got to be kidding me. Okay, good.
Finally, the hunt begins anew.
If you thought you could win, you must be completely mental.
No, how did he die?
Save some for me, bub.
Come on. Alright, good.
If we live through this, I shall give you a medal.
Well, the only thing I get for, no incapacitations was useless experience cubes.
It's an ambush. AIM must have expected us.
I'm gonna try, shock proc. Maybe it'll actually do something.
That should take care of them. For the moment.
More trouble incoming. AIM's not messing around.
My fury will rain down upon you!
Looks like AIM is turning up the heat. Watch your feathers, folks!
Ice barrage! You cannot contain a force of nature! That's a classic. The winds are changing in our favor.
What's up, man? I'm going to attempt to finish the game again tonight. That I'm not entirely sure. I think I did enough grinding that the boss gauntlet at the end should not be too bad, but at the same time, I'm not sure. There aren't really many more gimmicks left in the game. Pretty much everything else is just a straight boss fight with no dumb stuff. So it's possible I may be able to finish this playthrough tonight. This is pretty much all fodder. The ones that increase the drop rate, I definitely won't be using those on the subsequent difficulty, but right now, not really worth it. As far as I've been told, the next difficulty actually takes out a lot of the trash out of the item pool. So you start getting more rainbow ones, and since you can't, like, modify or... There's no, like, fusion system like the Orochi games or anything. Seems like you just want to brute force the RNG and get as much crap to drop as you can. Because you have no control over it at all. The only thing you can do is upgrade it. Yeah, there's nothing good in here. Let's see if I can upgrade some of the stuff I have. Make the end of the game a little smoother. The character-specific one? You know, honestly, I don't remember. I really didn't play that game for that long. I think you have to beat the Bloody Palace, but don't quote me on that. Man, just thinking about that game makes me depressed. That's the end of Basara. The end of a beautiful franchise. Now it's a shitty mobile game. No, I don't remember doing the side stories at all. I didn't even bother with that. I figured if I wanted to play as the old characters, I would either do it in the Bloody Palace or in Sumeragi, where they actually have the friggin' tag system, which was like the whole fun of the game. So I didn't really see the point in the side stories, honestly. That game is definitely worth buying for the Bloody Palace, though. I always wanted them to add something like that. Just like straight, no BS, just no gimmicks or anything, just straight combat. I thought that was pretty awesome. Still massively held back by the inability to tag. Okay, so I gotta make some trash fodder. I think that's pretty much good. The only other stuff I can really upgrade is going to take a lot of materials.
That's part of a quinjet.
Oh yeah, I didn't bother doing that. Kind of pointless. No wonder I didn't know. That's actually something I never actually did myself. I had already pretty much retired the game by the time that was found out, I guess. Dude, these fart guys are so dangerous. Ah, the fart like stays out. The fart cloud stays out like forever, and it's like a permanent active hitbox. You can't like get away from it. Really easy to get stuck in it. Alright, here come the snipers. Ready to get one shot and get wiped. There are going to be a lot of wipes here unless I get lucky. I'm going to get over to them before they kill me. Actually, I think it's the room after this one is where all the snipers are.
We need to disable those turrets.
We are easy targets where we stand. We must find a better angle of attack.
Use one more fist.
Save some for me, bub.
Wow, AA green. Oh, I wonder what that is. See, these are such garbage. I don't understand what their obsession is with, like, low HP affixes. Those seem really pointless in this game, because you can get, like, one-shot by a lot of stuff, at the very least comboed. There are some enemies that can just lock you in hit stun, like the guys with the fart gas guns. Never really seems to be worth it, especially in this game. We only have 3 revives per fight. I don't really think the extra perks it gives you for being at low health are worth jeopardizing your run, or even worse, like your party if you're playing with actual people. Oh, this damn fart gas is so annoying.
The fallen Quinjet is here, but the Winter Soldier is not. Could that be a blessing in disguise?
All right, here's the hell room here. The snipers are coming up. I've got one EX, so maybe I can maybe I can pop that and just kill them outright. Try to build up some more here. They're all in like really hard to reach places, so you can't really get to them quickly.
There, we're almost back to the capital city.
Hold them, my sisters. May Bast guide our hands.
You do not stand alone, adored ones.
Get them, please.
Are formidable, but even the best warrior benefits from strong allies.
There's more over there. Get over there!
I am with you, my brothers.
Thanos has nothing on these snipers. That's what's weird about this game. Snipers are like the most dangerous enemy in the game. Like, Thanos went down with like minimal effort, at least on the first playthrough, but these snipers can one-shot you from like the other side of the screen. I think they're all dead now, though.
Panthers have served your kingdom well, my trusted guardian. The Panther smiles upon us all.
I would gladly give my life for my king.
That will not be necessary. Not today.
Not well at all.
AIM has taken control of the palace's defenses. We must destroy the control modules.
Once the control modules are destroyed, Wakanda's defenses will be restored, and AIM will be vanquished.
Use one more fist.
Ah, damn it. Yeah.
With the statues under our control, we can show AIM what they were truly meant to do.
Did they really think they could turn a panther against you, T'Challa?
Go now before more reinforcements arrive. We will keep the invaders at bay.
Vibranium trash! You won't stop me from getting my revenge! The Panther will pay! If you want to claim Wakanda, then we shall give you all it has to offer.
He's giving us all he's got as well. And it's louder than the beaches of Normandy.
You just got VIP tickets to a private listening session!
We're not here for you, Claw. We just want the Winter Soldier.
For Wakanda!
Use one
Save
more
some for me,
fist.
bub.
Whoa, an A1. Nice. I wonder if that's got anything good on it.
You may.
Oh, that's trash. It's basically nothing.
We are approaching the throne room, my friends.
We must find MODOK and recover the stone before he can use it against my people.
We must protect the palace.
We'll be right back.
And in turn, the Dora Milaje would never attack their king. The Soul Stone has corrupted them.
Be careful not to harm them. They are not in control of their actions.
I hate fighting your own crew, T'Challa, but they gotta be stopped.
It's nice to find one of these opponents up to my level.
I'm afraid MODOK has turned even more of your soldiers against us, Your Highness.
I am ready, weapons. retreated into the necropolis. We must pursue him at once.
As long as that stone is in Modok's hand, none in Wakanda are safe. It is our duty to stop him.
These corridors connect the royal palace to Wakanda's city of the dead.
So these ruins are full of dead monarchs?
The necropolis is where Wakanda's former kings rest in eternal glory. Tread carefully, unless you wish to join their ranks. We cannot allow MODOK to debase these hallowed grounds.
Stick to science, gentlemen. Fighting isn't your strong suit.
Those who choose to dress like that may not have a strong suit at all.
That's a classic. That's a classic.
Winter Soldier would have been a lot more useful down here with us.
Bucky made the tough call. He had to. Let's make sure it wasn't for nothing.
If MODOK is as wise as he believes, he would have retreated to these catacombs.
Shao Lao, give me strength!
The necropolis holds more than just the remains of my ancestors. It is home to Wakanda's greatest treasure. Knowledge.
MODOK is still using Panther's bodyguards against us. We need to take them out.
My father is buried here. I will not see this place defiled.
The path has been blocked. I think we can all guess where the weapon is on the other side.
For Wakanda!
Your mind is mine!
I suspect MODOK will be just beyond this corridor.
Your ancestors were ahead of their time, T'Challa. Thank them for me when I send you to meet them.
This knowledge was not meant to be perverted by villains such as you.
What's up, James? This team I'm using right now, they have synergy with almost all of their moves, and it wasn't something that I planned out. These are just the characters that I like. I've always liked Psylocke and Wolverine, and Black Panther, I never really was into him until I played Marvel Infinite. He's actually a good character in this, unlike Marvel Infinite. When I get out of this fight, I'll show you how much synergy I have with this team, so just give me a little bit here. It's those damn fart gas guys that are making this difficult.
Save some for me, bub. Wakanda!
I've been waiting to punch that big, ugly head of
Your mind is mine!
may look laughable, but he's a genuine threat.
I'm going to take my time and savor this, heroes.
Souls are meant to be nurtured, not devoured or twisted to your grotesque will.
Use one more fist.
For Wakanda!
Generally you want short animations, like, actually I can show you right now. So with her, I have synergy on 3 of her 4 moves, and this move is basically useless. It doesn't do anything. So basically everything she has is synergized. And then Black Panther has, he has 3 as well. Iron Fist actually has all 4, so he can actually use all 4 of his synergy attacks. And then Wolverine can use all 4 as well. And what I mostly use is this one, the launcher synergy, because that comes out the fastest, and you can also do damage on the way down. So if they're not staggered, then it actually does a significant amount of extra damage. And if they are staggered, then you're just doing extra damage overall. Well, like I said, this is just by chance. These are just my favorite characters, you know, when I was growing up and stuff, except for Black Panther. I never watched or read any of his stuff. But they actually synergize pretty well.
We have come only to take the stones. But if you resist, we will take your lives as well.
Don't listen to him. We still have a chance. His voice, so strange but so familiar.
I can read your every move before you make it.
There, that chamber. We should be safe inside.
But once you get him, you definitely want to spec him in like stagger damage, piercing attack, and then max out his bright vibranium strike, because that's like one of the fastest stagger moves in the game.
Sadly,
and
there is no easy escape from this realm. Protective
like Iron Fist is good at the beginning of the game. The only problem with it is that he actually pierces through their hurt box. so it's very rare that you get all the damage.
These lost souls have learned to withstand great punishment in their time here. Hold! Should we stray off course into that fetid ooze, we will surely join the legion of dead that dwell here. Insurmountable danger lurks around every turn in this realm. Choose your path wisely, my friends.
This definitely isn't the same hell that I'm used to.
I hope that yours is significantly more pleasant. These fallen warriors have not yet accepted that it is time for them to rest. Then let's relieve them of their duty. And if my hammer has its way, those walls will soon be crushed to rubble.
I am with you, my
Use
brother.
one more fist?
Strike.
Be proud, my fallen brothers. You fought well, even in death.
There are bound to be more of these undead soldiers on the way. We better get moving.
Better if you choose the path, since I ain't never been one to take the high road.
This way.
Be wary. The stuff of this realm was not meant for mere mortals to withstand. Beyond those gates lies our only hope to return to the mortal realm.
Save some for me, bub.
Xiao Lao, give me strength!
I am with you, my brothers.
That's a classic.
gates of Castle Hela have opened themselves to us.
Then into the jaws of the dragon we go.
This does not bode well. Fire demons are not native to this realm. What dark pact has Hela conjured now? You made it.
Come on, idiots! Get over here! They're not teleporting for whatever reason. Let's go! I need Black Panther over here. Come on. I need Wolvie. He won't get over here. Come on, man! Haven't you ever done a speed run before? Skip them. They're not required fights. Let's go. There we go. Okay, let me see where this, there's an experience cube, or, crystal here. I need to find out where. Ah, shit, it's at the beginning. Okay, well, I can get that after, I guess. That's annoying. I can't go back. That's my fault for not looking it up first. I'm pretty sure it lets you rage quit out and then still keep your stuff. I hope so.
I shall prepare my sword just in case.
I may have actually picked it up. Let me see. Nah, it would be a white one. I don't see anything in here. Well, hopefully I can go back. Too late now.
Save some for me, bub.
Use one more fist.
Oh man, I wasted my meter because of the stupid cutscene. I hate that. Why do games do that? Like, they let you use all your resources and then you waste it because some dumb cutscene I'm just going to skip because I've already seen it. I completely forgot about that. Now it's going to take longer. What's the point of letting you fight for 30 seconds and then going straight into a cutscene? Damn, I could have one-cycled him if I didn't waste my meter.
Desire me, you rebels.
That villainous vixen Hela is still at large. We must seek counsel with the Allfather.
The only advice I can give you is to just try to find synergies with fast animations, and so also look at the rewards, because some of the challenges are honestly not worth doing. There are some that have like really great rewards, and there are a lot that have trash ones, so you can always check the rewards before you go in and see if it's something like actually worthwhile. Generally anything that has like it gives you like a buff proc when you and you're at like 25% HP or less, I consider that to be pretty useless, because you can die really quickly in this game. No, I've never really seen the purpose of those. Maybe there's like a way to build around it, but the amount of affixes and interesting loot in this game is already very limited as it is, so I don't really see any incentive to take stuff that's just going to make you die more often. Especially if you're playing solo. Maybe if you're playing with a party or something, that stuff's more viable, but I'm about to finish this game twice, and I can't ever really see a time where you'd want to be at low health. Especially when you're playing solo, when you switch to another character, and the AI is going to inevitably die anyway. So unless you, like, never stop playing that character again, then, it seems kind of pointless.
Too many noble souls are bound for Valhalla this day. We must fight in their honor. We have come to aid you, my brothers. We will remove this scourge from our homeland together.
The costumes aren't even worth it, man. They're all just recolors. Save yourself the frustration. They're supposed to add, like, real alternate costumes later on. They announced that at, Comic-Con a couple days ago. I don't really think it's worth exerting all that effort for a bunch of glorified palette swaps. Actually, they're not even glorified, that's what they are. Okay, maybe I actually did miss it. Round plazas with the statue in the middle. Actually, I think it might be here. Yeah, I think this is what they meant. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the one that gives them more experience. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's it. All right, 84%. Damn, and I think I can upgrade that too. Glad I didn't miss it.
We are through another gate! Onward! That's a classic. Xiao Lao, give me strength!
I am with you, my brothers.
Let's show these mortals the will of the gods!
Yeah, you can't know if you got it, and you also can't reset easily. Like, you can't just quickly reset and try again. That's what's really obnoxious about it. That's why I didn't bother going for those, honestly. You can't just, like, quickly reset it. You have to, like, go through the whole menu over again. Pretty awkward. And I think this game's just going to be like a lot of other Koei games where they make it a lot better with patches and stuff. It's still a very fun game, I just think it needs a lot more work. I did buy the season pass, or the expansion pass, so I will be covering the other content as it releases.
When I was a boy, I used these tunnels to flee the palace and escape my father's wrath.
We will be lucky to escape them with our lives, Odinson.
Then nothing has changed in all these centuries.
That's a classic.
I don't think I have anything with that synergy. Yeah, I can't do it with this team. Probably something really good behind there, so I'll take the time. Take the time to switch the character. Let's see who else I could use. Let's get this chest and then just go back to my other team.
the master of magnetism.
Oh, now it's switched. What the hell? That was weird. Why did it do that? There's nothing but trash in there anyway. That was not worth all that time. Alright, back to Johnny Young Bosch.
My cheese attuned, and I'm ready to fight.
If you're curious about the mechanics, I actually put up some, I put up a mechanics overview yesterday morning. So you can check that out if you want. I'm probably not going to be doing much else, other guides for this game. Depends on how I feel. This game is kind of weird to create content for because everybody was just like cheating the system. Damn, I need 6 of these. That's bonkers. I might actually be able to do that. Actually, I would only need 4 more. So let me filter. See how many blues I have. Okay, so let's find the highest ranked blue ones. Yeah, they need to be AA. I may not actually have enough resources to do that. I don't think I'm gonna get close. I need 4 of them. Alright, it's 1 down. God Eater 3? Yeah, probably within the next couple days. So I'm gonna go back to that game. Actually, it has to be sooner than later because Ninja Warriors once again is about to drop in about 2.5 days. And I'm definitely hyped for that. I actually grew up with that game, so it has more sentimental value to me than most people. The remake looks amazing too. They added a bunch of extra moves and stuff. I'm actually running pretty low on materials. I may not be able to do this. Let me see. I don't know if it's even worth going any farther. Is this going to take like it's going to take three double A's. I guess I'll try. I can use these. How much is it gonna take to fuse this together? 35,000? If I can get it under 35,000, then I can do it now. Yeah, this is not happening. Alright, I'm just gonna stick with that for now. Good enough.
Got another hit on the scanners. You must be close to something.
Oh, there's a rift over here. I wonder if anything good actually comes from this. It's probably trash drops. Enemies are stunned for an additional second. Yeah, alright, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go do this again. Kinda trying to just blitz through the game at this point, just run past everything. I'm already like pretty over leveled for everything, all the current content, so... Unless I get a really nice drop, it's not really worth fighting anything that's not required.
Cannot be. Way to go.
Expected more from
I am with you, my friend. Up for me, bub.
Mind always prevails over matter.
That was not half bad. You failed worse than my last experiment.
I have like no meter left with anybody. I can't burst him down anymore. This is gonna be annoying. Maybe I can stun him now. The camera cooperates. Build some meter off these dudes. Oh, come on. Why does it have to spawn these extra mooks? You could kill him in seconds if those mooks would go away. This is obnoxious. These guys won't stop coming. Damn it. Come on, camera. Camera's like an N64 game. These guys won't die. Okay, good. He's back. Now I can just burst him down. What are you doing over here? Fuck.
One more fist.
Save some for me, bub.
Mind always prevails over matter.
You fought like a true warrior.
No, the final boss is the what's it called? The sniper guys. Those guys can one-shot you really easily. I didn't actually notice them on my first playthrough. I thought I was like dying from nothing. It wasn't until I actually noticed the laser sights and stuff that I actually saw what was killing me. Luckily, they don't like reposition themselves very often, so if you can get over there right away, you can usually take them out. Yeah, I think they're worse than Dynasty Warriors 3 archers because they have, like, they can hit you from, like, the other side of the screen. I'm definitely excited to see how they'll improve this game. I think it has a good foundation, but man, it's just a lot of stuff that makes no sense. Like the camera. And, like, how boring the loot is. That's kind of what's, like, making me really happy that Ninja Warriors is on the way, because the loot in this is not like, it's not terribly interesting. And luckily that would be something that would be easy to add with patches. It wouldn't really require any new assets or voice lines or anything. So I hope that they'll add something like that. Maybe like character specific loot, or just add more fixes that are actually interesting instead of all just a bunch of stuff when you're almost dead, which seems pointless to me. Probably good for like speed running or something, but even then you're gonna get tapped by something, and that'll be the end of it.
To stand and fight for her honor. It ain't pretty. It beats the raft any day.
Here, take this with you to aid in your battle.
Why is it not giving me one I can do? Yeah, that's what's making me kind of like not want to play this a lot more. You also have like no control over the loot drops at all, so you can't like weapon fuse or anything like you could in Orochi and make something actually useful. You pretty much either you get a good roll or you get nothing.
I've not been a very good brother, Thor. Let me change that.
Are you kidding? You let Loki out of his cell? No way, that's been walking free on our watch.
Oh, the things I do for you more. More playthings.
I feel like they focused on making the combat like actually challenging instead of like a lot of other action RPGs where there's no skill involved whatsoever and it's just grinding and mashing buttons and healing it through everything. And I think that was actually a good focus, but they kind of forgot like what makes the genre fun is like the progression and getting crazy stuff that changes the way that you play. And this game is definitely really lacking in that. And like I've already heard from other people, there's really not a whole lot else that's interesting to get. I've pretty much seen it all already, and it all comes from just clearing the trials. So that's kind of a buzzkill for me. Builds aren't particularly interesting in this game.
Unfortunate for you that I'm trying to be good today. When will these mortals learn? Now
B1, what's that?
Asgard's throne awaits.
we got visitors.
How'd they get into the palace? Hydra brought quite an arsenal, but it shall not be enough to keep us from dethroning their false king.
Come on, bozos. Let's get over here. Come on. Wrong way. Just ignore them. I need the other ones. It's like he's gotta make it to the bathroom.
You're not going any further.
Then the time has come to pay our respects to the
I am with you, my son, for me.
Use one more fist.
This blasphemy ends now. Asgard will be ours once again.
Uphold your end of the bargain, scum. The Queen of Hell does not tolerate failure. Lay down your lives for me, mortals, and I promise you an eternity at my side. Must I do everything?
In all my years, I have never felt such power. Finally, the key to victory is within my grasp. From this throne, I shall rule the whole cosmos. Such disrespect. Bow to me, dogs.
What spirit? How delightful.
The only tyrant who shall sit on that throne is my father.
I will smash that ghoulish grin right off that phony face. Consider our deal officially ended.
Pissed. You should have learned by now, Skull. Your kind of evil never wins.
Mort.
And yeah, lessening the amount you get and making them more useful would definitely help. This game has a loop pinata that all these games are supposed to have, but the problem is that most of it is useless. Like, almost all of it is useless. And there just aren't that many interesting affixes to really give you the whole carrot on a stick to keep you playing. I'm already kind of experiencing that. I mean, I'm about to finish the game a second time, and there really hasn't been anything else interesting dropping. So it kind of begs the question of, like, should I keep playing, or should I just wait for them to add something actually worth it?
With me strength. Save some for me, bub.
This armor is only as strong as the soul that resides within. If the skull's inside that armor, we can't afford to lose.
Now I've seen enough giant metal death machines to last me a lifetime.
Maybe I did choose the wrong side after all.
You made the right. allowed to be
I
straight.
await you, Master.
I like how every boss that doesn't have a gimmick is going down instantly. The ones like Dormammu that are basically just puzzles. Like, I can't take them down. They can't get bursted down. It's kind of lame. There's nothing good in here on the second playthrough. They actually give you a bunch of rainbow ISOs the first time you do this, but I guess they don't want you to do that again? I don't know. I got one red one out of all of that. The only useful thing I got out of that was materials. That's strange. It's like not even a reward. Like, basically nothing. I was getting excited for that too. I was hoping I'd actually be able to brute force the RNG and find some good rainbow ones from there, but it just gave me basically nothing.
Fighting Black Order. If not defeating them, whole universe is in danger. How is battle going?
Still raging on. So we're glad to have you lend a hand. Paw.
Outriders like ants, infecting all stations. Time for crushing them, huh? Cosmo is having access to door. Be good boys and clear areas so Cosmo can be open. You'll be space deserving of much punching and hitting, yeah? More outriders. We must be exterminating them if we are wanting to access door.
Yeah, I don't know what this dog's from. I'm totally lost there. I haven't read like any Marvel comics since like the mid-90s. And I haven't really watched any of the movies, so anything that was not like that era, I'm totally lost on. The movies are just kind of daunting to watch because there's just so freaking many of them. I mean, they announced like what, like 20 more movies this week? It's like 10 or 20 more movies. It's just like too much to consume. I'm not really interested.
Getting a strong energy reading nearby.
Someone said it best, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is tokusatsu for normies. That's basically what it is. I really don't want to do this right now. I wonder if it's just going to unlock later. This is not even worth doing. Yeah, see, this one would be cool, but your HP has to be below 30%, so what the hell's the point? Yeah, I don't even care about doing this. Let's just finish the game.
You could not defeat us before we possessed the stones. You stand no chance now.
Save some for me, bub.
Your soul is mine. Letting you live was a grave error on my part. The time for games is over, children.
Do not allow the Soul Stone's power to corrupt you.
No fair. Teleportation is my trick. Let down his guard. Now's our chance.
Impressive. I expected far less from you.
You made the cut.
I'll tear your soul in two if I must.
That's one stone in the end. So, I'm right back to where I started.
Keep your eyes peeled for Thane. The Black Order may be holding him prisoner, or worse.
You truly believe you can win this, don't you?
Supergiant was already a formidable telepath without the Mind Stone. They'll try to shield us from potential attacks.
Minds are my playthings now. History from my lovelies.
One more fist.
Simple minds, so easy to bend.
Stay clear. Don't let warp fly.
Your every thought betrays you. I suppose it's time to get serious. Fight them to the death if you must. Or I swear by this stone I will make you. You cannot than to resist me.
Caution. This stone is capable of reprogramming minds, but can also break them to pieces just as easily.
That's a classic.
Your mind is
Use
mine!
one more fist.
Claws are out! You mentioned level up.
No way we can stop at only 2 stones. We've got to collect them all.
Hey, you think this gallery has a concession stand? Or maybe a bathroom? Seriously, we've been fighting for hours without eating or taking a potty break. I can't be the only one who's gotta go, right?
Hulk didn't get to smash Ugly Giant last time. Hulk won't waste another chance. What's happening? I can't move. Where you stand? If you ain't at all that, I will. Time to turn up the power! You made the cut! For Wakanda! One thing's for sure. No matter where in the universe you are, ain't no one supposed to have that much power. Claws are out!
Use one more fist.
My protective spell shielded us from the blast, and protected the power stone as well.
Everyone stay close to the station's surface. Nowhere's artificial gravity and atmosphere.
twist you to my whims, and then rip you to shreds!
He's on his own this time. We need to finish him before his partner has a chance to rescue him again.
For Wakanda! There's nowhere left for you to run this time.
The only limit of the reality stone is the imagination of the one who wields it. Let's hope Glaves is uninspired.
Use one more fist.
Have your heads on my fire. I'll shred the fabric of reality itself, if that's what it takes to defeat you. I'll give you one you can't win. I'll kill you. Claw strike. For Wakanda! Save some for me, bub. My master commands your deaths. I will deliver the pain you have earned.
Your mind is mine!
We're more than halfway there, team. Just 2 more stones to go.
I showed you mercy once. Never again.
Of course she seems better than last time. We just sent her husband spiraling off into the abyss.
What I grant you is welcome compared to what Thanos offers.
where that stone could send you.
This farce has played on for too long. It ends now. Outriders, but your forces will only grow smaller. This is for my beloved Corvus! Let the universe tremble in the name of Thanos!
Where did Thanos send us to?
It doesn't matter. If he has the stones, we may not be here much longer.
Show me all the power you possess, and I promise I shall do the same.
So much energy all around. It's hard to focus, but no choice. Must keep fighting.
No matter how pure our souls may be, this stone can still twist them into darkness.
Omnipotent power fits me like a glove. Don't you agree?
Got yourself some mighty fancy jewelry there, bub. Care to dance?
All this power. Where's the responsibility stone when you need it?
To draw power like beautiful.
For Wakanda, for me, bub. Be honest. You have been chosen as the first to die. Even with your combined might, you are no more than gnats to Thanos.
Hate to say it, but there's no peaceful solution here. We have to take him down.
Don't blame yourselves. Your failure was preordained. Keep fighting, my friends. Thanos may crave death, but life always finds a way to prevail. I serve in the name of death, and I shall gladly deliver you to her.
I too serve death in my own way. It would be my honor to send you to meet her.
I seek only to balance life and death. Your sacrifice is nothing personal.
You think death herself loves you, Thanos? That's insane. She's right!
FYI, I'm not technically from this universe, but that factors in when you're deciding who gets to live. The reality stone can conjure up all sorts of unspeakable horrors. I can hardly contain myself, lads.
Embrace me.
So much more than a lone gauntlet. His son pride with power.
I will end you. Even if it means allying with these so-called heroes to do so.
The energies in this place are unlike any I have ever encountered. He's tapped into the well of all creation.
There's nowhere in space safe for you to run.
Come on, kid. Stop using the space stone to float all over the place and let me get a decent larkin shot already.
You stopped at one ground. More proof that you could never finish the job.
Insolent cur! I should have murdered you years ago.
His armor has to have a weak point. I just need to get close enough to find it.
Past, present, future. All time is mine to command.
We all choose our own path, Thane. And not even the Time Stone can undo the choices you made today.
You should have thought bigger, Father. This power would have been yours.
There are forces at work in that armor you cannot begin to grasp.
If I live through this, I am definitely building my own Infinity armor. Just so I can stop the real one. I swear.
Reality is mine to reshape as I please.
I am with you, my friend.
The reality stone can bring to life. That's worse than the one I have in every
The stones called to me from the moment I first saw them. We belong together.
Zane, the stones are driving you to do this. Fight them. You still have a chance to make things right.
Never could have imagined such power.
Absolute power such as this can take even the noblest tombs. Trust me, you would know.
I must complete this journey. And any who stand in my way will fall by my hand.
Thanos needs no glove to claim victory. I will crush you with my bare hand.
To watch a noble young hero such as Thane fall from grace so completely is a tragedy that tugs at the heartstrings of even the immortals themselves.
Of all the days to fight to become a hero, this one perhaps was not the wisest of choices.
I can read your mind and your every move.
We have to fight against the Mind Stone's influence. We can't let Thane into our heads.
I will build a better universe. It must be from the ashes of this one.
Please, please, please don't erase reality. I really kind of sort of like reality. Sure, it's not perfect, but it's the only one I've got.
You'll be sorry.
GG. Now I can check out the next difficulty.
So this is what it feels like to be omnipotent.
Oh, that's right, he comes back again. I forgot. Damn it. That's annoying. Why does he come back? Come on.
So left after all these years. This stone might scare me a bit more.
It's almost too much to handle.
Your mind
Frame rate's terrible. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose because of this, because of this stupid revive. Why does he get to come back? The frame rate's terrible. Can barely do anything. This fight's so stupid. Just die. I can't cast anything. Just running at like 2 frames per second. Come on! Why are my synergies not coming out? Good lord, they really need to optimize this game. The first time I did this, I was in portable mode, and I thought it was just the portable mode because the frame rate is significantly worse when you're not docked, but it's just as bad. How are you supposed to dodge all that when it's running at like 10 frames per second? I mean, I like that you actually have to dodge the attacks and stuff, but it's really hard to do that when it's running so badly. Like, I'm not sure if I want to do that on a harder difficulty when it's already running so badly. Alright, see if there's anything cool in here. I mean, when he had all his clones out and they were all producing particle effects, it was like it was barely reading my inputs. That's how laggy it was. And it's one thing when people complain about a locked 30 FPS. That can be a little bit extreme in some cases, unless it's something like a fighting game, but when it can't even hold like 30 FPS, I think that's a valid complaint. Alright, so what good stuff is in here? I'm probably not going to tackle this tonight. I'm already kind of burnt out a little bit. Damage to stunned enemies by 18%. That's pretty damn good. Wow, this is all junk. Trash. Adds the fire ability. That would be useful if it actually procced on the freaking bosses, but it doesn't. I don't see the point of speccing an elemental stuff when it doesn't work on bosses. If it did, that would be pretty awesome. But apparently, according to the Discord, it doesn't do anything on them. So if this is like the best loot in the game and it's this boring, man, that's something they really need to address. I mean, this game's fun to play and all, but the loot is just it's not interesting. Seeing all this stuff like the status effects, like if you can't use them on bosses, the only thing you could really use them on that would matter is the elites. And even then, I've like never once seen it proc. None of this stuff is really interesting. Hopefully when they start doing the DLC, they'll add some, maybe like a higher tier of loot. I don't even think letting you customize the current loot would really fix the problem, because the current affixes that are in the game are pretty boring. Yeah, none of these are particularly interesting. I guess at this point I just have to grind through here. But I think it's probably better to do that with a party. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I would like to continue further, but it's just, this loot is just trash. It's not doing what it's supposed to do, which is give me more options to customize my character and give me an incentive to keep playing. And apparently you don't get anything for finishing Ultimate either. Maybe they plan on adding another difficulty later on, but I'd be far more inclined to do that when they make the other aspects of the game better. The frame rate, the camera, and the loot. The frame rate doesn't bother me that much. It's mostly just that last fight where you can barely control your character. That's something they definitely need to look into. I can't imagine doing that. If I hadn't done all that grinding, I probably would have been stuck there for hours, because when he revives, he just puts a bunch of crap on the screen. The game just can't handle it. But this was a pretty fun game. I did buy the DLC, so I'll be checking back. I need to look into the method to actually do the grinding and max out the tree. That would probably be pretty fun to do, and that would be pretty beneficial for the future content. But going through the ultimate mode, I don't know. You have no control over anything that drops, so you're basically just hoping for the perfect piece, and you can't like affix or fuse anything. But I'm sure they're getting numerous complaints about that, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I'm going to go ahead and dump this on YouTube. I put up a little bit of my New Game Plus playthrough for tomorrow's video, and then Wednesday is going to be Ninja Warriors once again. So I may do some more on this, depending on if I can get a party. I don't know how many people are this far in the game. But I think I'm going to do God Eater tomorrow to prevent burnout. Catch you guys later.